Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got even more leaks to go over for the Indigo Disk DLC. Riddler has once again been posting a ton of new information about the second part of the hidden treasure of Area Zero, and we're going to be breaking all of it down today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on the latest leaks for the second part of the hidden treasure of Area Zero DLC. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, Riddler has posted a lot of new tweets, a lot more than usual, and he's actually replied to a lot of new tweets as well, which he doesn't usually do. So there's a lot of stuff to break down today and give kind of like our opinions on and stuff like that. So the first thing that he posted was 3 out of 8. Now, first things first, as soon as he posted this, people were like, oh no, that's the release date of the Indigo Disk. It's not coming out until the 8th of March. Luckily, though, he's since posted a reply to that saying that's not the release date. So 3 out of 8, luckily, not the release date of the Indigo Disk. Still looking like it is going to be coming out this year. Hopefully, we get some sort of release date soon. But either way, 3 out of 8 is something to kind of go off here. And he also goes on to say this information can be reasoned with our past posts and official news. So 3 out of 8 is linking to his riddles, but also official news as well. So one thing that I potentially thought it could be about is maybe new Pokemon and not like not forms and stuff, and it's 3 out of 8. So obviously that would be Terapagos, it would be Arcaladon, and also Diplin's evolution. Like, they're the 3 new Pokemon that we like definitely know about. Obviously Dokutaro is going to be a new Pokemon and stuff like that, but I'm guessing that's like obviously we've already seen Arcaladon and Terapagos like officially, and then the 3 out of 8 where he says like official news could be in regards to like the Eviolite with Diplin, which obviously is the evolution, which is why we know it's going to get an evolution, as well as like the data mines and stuff like that. I don't think it is like, because obviously we've got the Paradox forms as well, like Paradox Entei, Paradox Terrakion that we know about. We've already got Raging Bolt and also the Paradox of Cobalion, so I don't think it's about that. It could be about forms, potentially. We've seen obviously Ogerpon's form, Terapagos's form, and I'm sure there's another form as well that we've seen, but that could be maybe something about it. So like that could be how many terraforms there could be. So there could be 8 terraforms as a whole. Like, we know we're going to get another battle state for, so let's just say 3 out of 8. I'm just going to try and do this off the top of my head. So 3 out of 8 is what we've seen so far. We've got 2 battle states for Koraidon and Miraidon, so that's 5 out of 8. That's been data mined. We've got another battle state for Terapagos. We have a battle state for Dokutaro, that's 7 out of 8, and then potentially another form for Dokutaro, that could be potentially 8 out of 8. Again, that's just me spitballing there. Could be about anything really, but if it is about terraforms, that could be something that we could potentially see. But either way, you know, let me know what your thoughts are on the 3 out of 8. We have Lumio's post here saying, I hope this isn't you ranking Sudachi 2, isn't ranking 1 to 10 or 0 to 100. So yeah, he's not ranking like it's 3 out of 8, because that would be really weird. Like, total, like, who ranks things out of 8? And then as well, we got Echo saying, give a hint about what this is, please. Something related to DLC 2. And then, oh my god, that's so helpful. Heck no, it is not. And then he says, not a date. So yeah, it's not a release date of the Indigo Disk DLC. It is something related to the DLC, though. It's not something to do with, like, Black and White remakes or anything like that. And as well as that, we also have him here. So maybe this 3 out of 8 stems from a 1 out of 2, so a half. And then he goes on to say it's about availability. So something to do with availability was 3 out of 8. So maybe 3 out of 8 is it could potentially be the amount of Pokemon that we can use during the story. So they are the new Pokemon and we can't get anything else afterwards until we've like completed it. So the 3 out of 8 would be Arcaladon, Diplin's evolution, and potentially Terapagos. They're the Pokemon that we can catch during the story. And then maybe post game would be 5 out of 8, which would be the 4 new Paradox forms, being the Paradox Entei, Paradox Raikou, Paradox Terrakion, and Paradox Cobalion, and then the 5th would be Dokutaro. I feel like that is more likely to be I think that is it, surely. Unless I'm missing a Pokemon. I might be missing a Pokemon, but that could potentially be what it is. I don't think that there's any other new Pokemon off the top of my head that I haven't gone into detail about. So yeah, that could potentially be it. 3 new Pokemon that we're allowed to use during the story: Arcaladon, Diplin's evolution, Terapagos, and then the other 5 are what we catch post-game. If that is the case, though, that also means that the Paradox forms aren't just going to be randomly in the wild, and they are going to be instead like static encounters. Like, maybe we have to go over to Paradox Entei and then we can battle it, which also means that we could potentially shiny hunt it as well. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my guess. I'm guessing that's how many Pokemon we can use, because that also ties in with past posts that he's talked about, and also official news as well, because we've officially been revealed like Terapagos and like the different forms and stuff like that. That's what I'm guessing it is. I don't know what else it could be. I could be completely wrong, but I'm assuming it is Pokemon that you can use during the story. Moving on, we also have this post here from Riddler saying, do you agree best duo in Pokemon history around the corner? And he has a picture of Kieran and the main character. So best duo in Pokemon history. I mean, I'm not really sure what to take about that, because in the story we start off on, like, with a friendship, but then we not necessarily become enemies by the end of it. But Kieran definitely changes his personality. You know, he's a completely different character at the end of the Teal Mask to what he was at the start of the Teal Mask. So unless we like team up at the end, maybe like Kieran's being controlled by Dokutaro, and then we team up with Kieran at the end when he like stops being brainwashed, and then we battle Dokutaro with him. I'm assuming that could potentially be the case. I don't know what else would really link us together as being the best duo in Pokemon history. And then we have Soul Silverheart replying with Carmine and the main character, saying this would be better. And then we also have Riddler saying, but Game Freak forced us to ship that duo. No idea. And then he says, by the way, don't forget C times N. So that could also be Carmine and Nimona. Again, he's posted a load of things in the past about like partners and like duos and stuff like that. So again, there could be like multiple different duos that we could have. Again, he did say like choose who to save, and he had like all the characters. So maybe depending on who we save, I really hope it is the case where like the story is different depending on who we save, because that just allows you to like replay it and actually get like a different kind of storyline. So like maybe one time we agree to save Nimona, the other time we get to save Arven or whatever. But yeah, I think that's Carmine and Nimona. It could be somebody else, but they're the two names that I'm thinking off the top of my head. And then they talked each other into Area Zero, which is cute, and that's A plus P, so that's Arven and Penny. So yeah, I don't know if that's like another duo that he's really talking about. And then we go on to see that Hikari says, do we get to murder him in DLC 2? Please say yes. You two will stand side by side. So it definitely looks like, I definitely think he's getting mind controlled by Dokutaro, and then we stop the brainwashing, and then he becomes on our the fact that he says we're standing side by side and we are the best duo in Pokemon clearly means that we are going to double battle someone. And it potentially could be, like similar to the Eternamax event with Eternatus, where it's like a big raid battle, and maybe Dokutaro's hidden form is going to be some big old raid battle, and we have to pair up with Kieran to defeat it. That's what I'm guessing. And as well as that, I just want the second half of the DLC to let us undo the damage we were forced to inflict in the first half. And he did the damage that we're supposed to avoid in the second half. So I'm assuming the damage that we did was obviously to Kieran, making him like this character that he really isn't. And then he did the damage that we're supposed to avoid in the second half. So that means that he does something badly. And that is going to kind of like make the storyline of the Indigo Disk. So yeah, that's just what I'm assuming from what he said there. And then, but only if the main character is female, works when male. So yeah, it could be the male character. Basically talking about the protagonist and Kieran being the best duo in Pokemon history. He's also changed his name to Ku Beating Around the Bush. So obviously beating around the bush is like it's a saying where you're like you're not giving him like the exact answer, you're just kind of like beating around the bush, so you're going around the exact answer. So I mean, that's I guess all of his riddles really. He's not giving us an exact answer, he's just kind of beating around the bush. He's just kind of like going around what it is. But either way, yeah, I'm assuming that for the first one, that is Pokemon we can use for the story, and then Pokemon that we catch in the post game. And then for the second riddle, I'm assuming that we team up and we battle Dokutaru or something like that in some sort of raid battle. The fact that we team up with the best duo, we stand side by side. I'm assuming that's the case with that. And then we have another riddle to go over as well, where we have Riddler saying, haven't you noticed yet, Sudachi 2 is still complete without the Momo part. So he's saying the Indigo Disk storyline, you know, it is still complete without the Momo part. So it's not actually going to affect the story that much, which is just weird because the whole story is surely revolving about this whole Momotaro legend and stuff. But either way, people always like to correct otherwise unrelated things, as if shell config could bear fruit. The reply is always informative. And then we have Aaron here saying, how lore heavy is part 2? I feel like there's a lot of questions we need answers to. And then we have Riddler saying, it's rich, a lot to grind. So there's a lot of lore in DLC 2, which there should be, because I'm assuming we're going to get information about Heath, information about Terapagos, Dokutaru, Area Zero. Like, there's going to be a lot of lore around all of this. And he says there's a lot to grind as well, which is what you want. You want there to be a lot of things to do in the DLC. So I'm assuming that just means that there's like loads of like side quests as well as the main story, but there's loads and loads and loads of different things to do. We'll probably make a video going over like everything we definitely need to do, like all the different things that we've kind of seen so far. But either way, it's a grindy story and there's a lot to do. It's a rich storyline, so that's obviously very, very good. And then as well as that, on a scale of shock to head exploding, how surprised do you think we might be at what we'll find in the Indigo Disk? And then Riddler went on to say, ain't most parts of DLC 2 leaked from the data mine, which is true. A lot of it has leaked within the data mine, which is why we know so much information about the Indigo Disk. And then we have some more information here, which is even more exciting. We have Leo saying, from 0 to 10, what rating do you give for the battle against Terapagos? So they're confirming that we do actually have a battle against Terapagos. I mean, it was pretty much confirmed from the data mines anyway, and he says it's an epic battle. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. I mean, Terapagos does not look like a Pokemon that you would battle with like in its normal form. So I'm assuming something happens to it to make us battle it. Whether that be Dokutaru or Kieran catches it or something like that. Something clearly happens to make Terapagos need to battle us, and apparently it's an epic battle as well. Dude, I'm so excited for the DLC. I just can't wait, man. It actually looks so good. Like, it actually looks ridiculously good. And then we have Infinite saying, I think it's funny how Scarlet and Violet is 100% complete without Sudachi 2, and then he says never. So obviously we do still need like Sudachi 2 to complete everything 100%. But yeah, I mean, some really interesting leaks that have dropped recently. I mean, like I say, he's been posting so much recently. I don't know why. Maybe it means we're getting a trailer next week. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But either way, that's kind of all the leaks that I wanted to go over today. What are your thoughts on everything we've covered? Again, what are your thoughts on the 3 out of 8? Personally, I think it's Pokemon you can catch and can't catch during the story. Second one, I believe, is us having to team up with Kieran to fight some sort of raid battle, potentially Dokutaru, potentially Terapagos as well. He does say it's an epic battle, so it could be against Terapagos. And also, what are your thoughts on all of this information as well about the epic battle with Terapagos, and also the grindy, but there's a lot of lore in the story and stuff. Let me know your thoughts on that. But yeah, that is going to be everything for today's video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.